Welcome to Epic Stock Due Diligence. Please subscribe at youtube.com/EpicStockDD. Thank you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another potentially entertaining episode of Epic Stock Due Diligence. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, youtube.com/EpicStockDD. And check out my book if you want to too. Now, I'm not here to pump my book. If you watch my other videos, you know that I have a book, and you can find it within the link within this video's description, but I'm not here to pump my book. But if you want to check it out, it's on the iTunes store. Feel free. And before I continue, as I state within all my videos, this video is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell security. I'm sharing this video and all of my content for entertainment purposes only. So with that being said, let's go ahead and progress into this video. Now, penny stocks and patience, not like a patient in a hospital, but patience, like, you know, you're sitting in line and you're waiting, you know. It's like, how long are these people going to take? Patience. Penny stocks and patience do not mix. And it's something that a lot of people, especially people that may be a little bit new to the penny stock game, they may not understand. They may not understand why penny stocks and patience do not mix. A penny stock is not a patient act. A penny stock is a get in and get out. It's at the, you know, your seat's on fire. You know, maybe you're halfway burning on the lower body. You know, you're in pain. You know, you're trying to get out of there. You don't want to, you know, you've been in that tanning bed too long or whatever. You want to get out of there. So penny stocks are the same type scenario. It's a situation where we're smart traders. They get in and they get out, possibly even more quickly than they got in. Ultimately, most every penny stock, and as I've expressed within all my videos with penny stocks, expect to lose it all, because that's probably what's going to happen. And a lot of people seem to support my views when I say expect to lose it all, and a lot of people criticize me because they're like, well, there's traders out there that make, there's traders out there, and there's traders out there that are excellent internet marketers. And those traders, they can paint the picture of prestige however they choose to do so. And if you do your due diligence, like Epic Stock Due Diligence suggests, if you do your own DD and you research those people, you may find that a lot of that perceived prestige is actually linked to marketing versus the ability or inability to trade. So think about that. You know, challenge yourself. Go out and research. But with that being said, penny stocks, they're not a wait and see kind of game. Because with penny stock, if it enters that wait and see kind of territory, it's probably post-pump. It's probably during the dump. And it's probably a situation where there's still the pump, but it's during the dump, and they're like, well, what about this? What about that? You know, maybe you shouldn't get out now because blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe you should hold. You know, maybe you should buy more. That sort of mentality. And typically when a penny stock enters that territory, what's happened has already happened. And there may be a few bumps and there may be a few pops and flops. But for the most part, once the initial pump has concluded, and there are exceptions, don't get me wrong, there's multi-level pumps where, and I'm just talking hypothetically here, but there's multi-level pumps where, you know, maybe in one trading day, a sub-penny stock goes up 1,200%. But then the next day it dips down about 600. And maybe it just kind of tapers, you know, and just kind of sits around. But then maybe it jumps back up another 800 or 900%. Who knows? Penny stocks are unpredictable. Most penny stocks, from my uneducated opinion, are ones that will pop and they will continue to flop. And if they do pop again, it's a small pop in comparison to the initial pop. And that's just typically how these penny stocks trade. Now, ultimately, most every penny stock, not everyone, not every penny stock, but most every penny stock is likely a pump and dump, or it's a very close relative to a pump and dump. So keep that in mind. I mean, it's easy for people to fall into the trap of, and this is just hypothetical as always, for entertainment purposes only, should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell security. But there's situations where people are like, well, I missed the initial entry at 0001, and then it jumped up to 009, but now it's back down to 0006. Maybe I can get in now and ride it out again. And it's the patience mentality. And it goes for the people that maybe were in at 0001, that weren't the people that were front loading, that were part of this hypothetical pump. But the people that were in at 0001 and maybe failed to exit at or close to those highs. When it hit 009, they thought it was going to go higher, and they just continued. Their confidence, whatever encouraged that confidence, that level of confidence, was it the pump within the forums? Was it their personal confidence within the company? You can't become confident. Well, many people do, but in my opinion, people that become confident that a company is going to perform, these are not the big boards. These are micro crap. And they're that for a reason, because this is not a type scenario where traders build trust with a company. This is a scenario where traders go in like, hey, I'm going to lose it all. I saved up X amount of money, it's disposable, I was going to blow it in a casino, or I was going to spend it frivolously on whatever. But I put it on fictitious ticker symbol XYZ. And it's going to go to the moon. Whee! That's where a lot of people get caught up. A lot of new traders, if they don't get in initially, they feel like when it dips that it's going to somehow miraculously pop again. And it may. Sometimes they do, but expect to lose it all. And then there's the people that were in, that weren't part of the initial pump, that got in early and they failed to trade because they just knew this was going to be, the next big kahuna. And it wasn't. Now they're back down to that range, and they're still holding, and maybe even adding more. So the point of this video is to not become too confident with any sort of penny stock. Be confident. Be confident that you're going to fail. And you're going to fail as great as you possibly can. 100% loss. Go in with that level of confidence. And when and if a penny stock surprises you, don't think about what other people are saying. And so what? This hypothetical situation where 0001 ran to 009. What if it went up to 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents? Don't look at it and say, well, I should have, or I could have, or this, that, or the other. Look at it from the perspective of, well, I got in at 0001, and maybe I got out at 0082 or something like that. I made some big cash. Or you lost it all. That's up to you. To me, patience and penny stocks do not mix. So I hope this video is of value. Stay tuned for more videos. Again, check out my book if you want to. You can find a link within this video's description. Not trying to pump my book, but I did write it, and you might like it, you might not. That's just how I'll tell you. But be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/EpicStockDD, and share this video and any of my videos with others. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.